Okay, time to spend some time with the method get. So the first thing to do is to make sure that your service is active and it's identified in the right place. So you may remember that in the set URL first video, this is discussed and there's a webcast at the end. So there's a public deployment of Epidonate. You can also get it by clicking here, and you'll see the list of files just like we have in here. So let's set this up. Set URL, so we now are set, and let's try to get something. So Donna is the name of the object where we imported the methods. So if you just do get, you get an error. So for actually get a promise first, we can await the promise, no valid token provided. So we could also parse it, JSON parse, and we get the result already parsed as a JSON object. So what we're missing here is the use of the token. Let's go to get. There it is, get. Could copy it, put it here, just for reference. So you know this is what's missing is the token. So we have a bunch of user tokens here. Let's use the first one. I believe you saw this in the last video already. So if I try to get something with a valid token but no data, we get the information that the token is indeed valid, but there is no content. No such file exists. So I could post it first. So let's post some data. And you provide it as an input argument in raw JSON. So some data. The file is created and there is some data. For convenience, we also let you initialize files with no input arguments, where you just get a standard hello world or created at. So if I post for another token, let's pick another one, for example this one. Select here at list of files. And there we are. Created at, and you get the data. The date, sorry. Okay, so we've seen get being used to retrieve things that were posted. Now in the documentation on get, besides this standard behavior, we have more complex behavior under the admin harvest section. So this behavior happens when the token is that of an administrator, not of a regular user. Administrators can create tokens both for other administrators and for users. And at the beginning, this admin token text file is seeded with a single admin token. So what happens if I try to get with an admin token? You do something called an admin harvest, where you get a files field with a list of user tokens, which means you could now engage the contents of this user because you know the token. And same thing for this second one. So now this administrator, without knowing a priori what are the active tokens, he could identify them by harvesting the list of files. What about post? So if you post some data, with an admin token, this is good, a new file was created, just as before, with the admin token as the name, but the suffix is no longer JSON, it's actually called admin. The reason why this behavior was coded is to make sure that the admins can have their own files without exposing them to other admins. So there is admin privacy, if you want. So if we now we try to get this data by doing get. So remember, we are going to do an admin harvest because we are getting with an admin token. We see the admin harvest. That includes the data, this one, that was created for the admin token, and this is stored in this file. So in the file that is the composition of the admin token.admin. So this is the data. This is what you'd get for a non-admin under get and the standard get. You also get the files that are currently active, and you'll see that this list of files does not include the admin file that was created here. Alright, this closes get, and next time we look at post.